Hello and thank you for joining us on Nationwide News on the network service of the NTA. I am Norlene Ebel Ame with the news. Let's begin with finance matters. President Tinubu says he won't hesitate to sign the audit bill into law as it will strengthen transparency and accountability in the public service. The president stated this in a message delivered by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, at the presentation of 2024-2028 strategic plan for the Office of the Auditor General for the Federation in Abuja. Musa Abubakar reports.
The 2024-2028 strategic plan for the Auditor General's office is finally ready. The plan targets to contribute to the renewed agenda to address corruption, reduce waste and revenue leakages, amongst other goals. The aspiration is to enhance independence and mandate of Auditor General's office, reduce mismanagement of public funds through stronger follow-up of audit recommendation, and improve financial reporting in the public sector.
I'm delighted that the Auditor General for the Federation and his team have developed a 5-year strategic plan that promotes public integrity, accountability and transparency in the activities in federal ministries, departments and agencies.
The Office Strategic Plan 2024 to 2028 encompasses the guide against diversion of public resources and improve governance by holding public officers accountable without fear of favor through the delivery of high quality and timely audit report.
The office welcomed the needed attention the audit bill is getting, appealing to the 10th Senate to give expeditious concurrence to the bill, which is already before it. The 4-year plan and audit bill are said to be critical for prudent management of scarce resources and transparency. In Abuja, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
In other news, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says ongoing implementation of transformational policies that are unlocking the country's potential has emboldened the federal government not to relent until it takes Nigerians to the promised land of prosperity. At an expanded management retreat organized by the National Orientation Agency, the minister added that the agency under his watch will not compromise its efforts towards a national rebirth through national value reorientation. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
The expanded retreat was an opportunity for the participants to enjoy the uncommon interface directly with the henchmen of the ministry. With a promise to boldly and confidently push harder, the minister wants participants to be relevant drivers and worthy ambassadors as the nation is already on a journey of lasting transformation.
When I paid my maiden visit to the NOA in October of 2023, I recall saying that I look forward to working with the agency to, and I quote, kickstart on the President's directives a nationwide reorientation and reawakening campaign, and I'll be requiring a comprehensive roadmap from you within the shortest possible time. You already have the experience of doing this, as well as the skills and the enthusiasm to do so. End of quote. I am delighted, therefore, today to say that we have since then gone very far in this regard, producing a brand new national values charter for our dear country, in line with the President's commitment to a moral, ethical, and cultural reawakening across the land, and the entrenchment of the right values, attitudes, habits, and perspectives deep in the hands and minds of the people of this great nation.
The National Values Charter, the minister said, was developed as a tool for social cohesion to promote unity with unique implementation plans.
1. To ensure that all Nigerians are fully aware of their rights and protections under the Constitution and the laws of the land, and that governments at all levels are equally aware of all the constitutionally guaranteed obligations that they have to the citizenry. Second, to sensitize and awaken all Nigerians to all of our responsibilities as citizens of this great and beautiful country.
National reorientation, the minister acknowledged, is the way to go in fostering sustainable peace and guarantee confidence among the leaders and the led. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
In a similar development, the National Orientation Agency is established by law with a clear-cut mandate to communicate government policies, programs and other activities to the people, as well as ensure that citizens imbibe the national core values. A 3-day extended management retreat on the vision, role and expectations of the agency is being organized to ensure the agency does not lose sight of what is expected of it in realizing good governance in line with the renewed hope agenda.
Orientation people, you are all leaders, because those you are speaking to, they are watching you, watching your lifestyle, watching your character, watching what you say, how you say, where you say, what you do, what you are engaged in. Therefore, you are role models.
You should ensure that Nigerians are well informed and educated. Because in spite of development and growth, we still have a very large proportion of Nigerians that you can call illiterate. The percentage is still higher on that side. There are many people who don't understand the Queen's English that we speak. They only understand the local language.
The agency pointed to a number of restructuring ongoing to concretize the late foundation on national value charter that defines the true Nigerian, which also provides platforms to allow citizens hold government to an account.
Idris launched the NOA mobile app called the Mobilizer. The Mobilizer has many crucial features for engaging with Nigerians, particularly the Nigerian youths. The Mobilizer app, available for download on both the Play Store and Apple Store, and has also strengthened our ability to deliver on our mandate to generate citizens' feedback for the government. The new NOA television and radio studios are also ready.
With the development of a new national value charter aimed at promoting good governance, the National Orientation Agency is being challenged on providing lead for Nigerians to follow in realizing the nation-building project. And turning to natural disaster now, the federal government has extended its deepest sympathies to the government and the people of Borno State over the devastating flooding that ravaged Maiduguri and its environs following the unfortunate overflow of the Alo Dam that led to the destruction of properties, homes and critical infrastructure, as well as displaced families and disrupted the livelihoods of countless individuals. In a statement, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, said the federal government shared on the grief and suffering of all those affected by this catastrophe, especially those who have lost their means of livelihood and homes. He said the federal government, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is acutely aware of the magnitude of the challenges posed by this disaster and has since directed all the relevant ministries and agencies to collaborate with the Borno State government in mobilizing the necessary resources to provide urgent relief and assistance to those affected by the unfortunate incident. Similarly, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, expresses deep sadness at the devastating floods that occurred in parts of Borno and Bauchi states, killing many, destroying property and displacing thousands of people. In a statement, Akpabio sympathizes with the victims and governments of both states and extends deepest sympathies to the Vice President, Government of Borno and Bauchi states, as well as the entire people who are directly or indirectly affected by these devastating flood disasters. He commends the federal government, Borno and Bauchi state governments, the emergency actors, and humanitarian organizations working tirelessly to provide relief and assistance to the affected communities. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Gwabin Musa, has expressed it. I take it again, please, sorry. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Gwabin Musa, has expressed sympathy and condolences to the government and people of Borno State over the devastating flood that have ravaged several communities and paralyzed economic activities in the state. In a statement by the Director, Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, the CDS is saddened with the loss of lives, destruction of property, and the displacement of thousands of people as a result of the flood from Alo Dam. The CDS convey heartfelt condolences to the families who lost their loved ones and to the government and people of Borno State at this difficult time, and assured that the armed forces of Nigeria will work closely with the National Emergency Management Agency and other relevant authorities to provide immediate relief and support to the affected communities. He further directed the theater commander Operation Hadinkai to offer all necessary assistance to the victims. In a similar news, the Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, says it is working tirelessly to address the devastating impact of the recent flooding on its facilities in Maiduguri, particularly the Medium Security Custodial Center. In a statement, Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Abubakar Umar, says following the overflow and collapse of the Alo Dam in Borno State, the service is taking all necessary measures to evacuate inmates to a safer facility, ensuring smooth operations and collaborate with relevant agencies to provide support to those affected. The statement adds that the service appreciates support from the Presidency and the Vice President's visit to Maiduguri to assess the situation, while assuring of its commitment to maintaining order and ensuring public safety during this challenging time. In other news, the House of Representatives says it will promote the enactment of laws that will encourage local sourcing of medicines to enhance public health. This was during an oversight visit by members of the House Committee on HIV and AIDS, Tuberculosis, Leprosy and Malaria to a healthcare organization in Lagos. Members of the committee who were taken through the processes for manufacturing medicines expressed the desire of Parliament to provide legislation that will support research and access to quality treatment for diseases that are still public health burden in Nigeria. Deputy Chairman of the committee, Abubakar Zango, says understanding of the challenges of the sector is key to advocate for increased funding and legislation that support research and comprehensive health care for Nigerians. The committee says it will engender collaboration with relevant agencies and organizations to eliminate public health threats. Hingino John Adams is in our Lagos studio to present to us the next set of reports from the Center of Excellence. Hello, Hingino.
Thank you, Nolene. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his Akwa Ibom State counterpart Umo Eno are advocating more inclusion of women in governance towards driving an impactful process of enriching communities at all levels. This was at the opening ceremony of the 24th National Women's Conference of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, Council in Lagos. Joy Ken Abakwaya reports.
the 24th National Women's Conference organized by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, Council, and over 4,000 women from across the country are participating both physically and virtually. With the theme, Soar Beyond Boundaries, Enrich Communities, Council is encouraging women to be confident, selfless, and strive more towards breaking barriers on gender imbalance in the society.
Women globally are challenging the status quo by contributing immensely to the world economy, working hard and positively influencing the world with transformative contributions.
Declaring the conference opened, Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umo Eno, who was represented, says it is expedient to factor women into the process of governance to ensure quick, positive, and visible results.
There is nothing we cannot achieve if we work hard. It is pertinent that we prioritize the inclusion of women voices and enhance women participation, most especially in public space.
For the host and Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his administration will continue to create programs and initiatives that will empower women and give them relevance in all spheres of the society. He charged participants to take advantage of the conference to make positive changes in their lives as they shape the future of their communities.
This conference, in our view, is not just a gathering of minds, but it's a call to action. It challenges us to break free from the constraints that hold us back, to channel our energy positively.
The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development, Adejoke Orilope Adefulire, was honored as the Inspirational Woman of the Year at the event. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abapuya, NTA News.
Talking education now, with the unbundling of mass communication as a course of study gaining ground, the inclusion of child rights reporting and advocacy as a course is dominating conversation at the review of National Diploma in Mass Communication Program curriculum in Nigerian polytechnics and similar level institutions. The discourse, organized by the National Board for Technical Education, NTBE, in collaboration with the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, is expected to pave way for effective Child Rights Act reporting and delivery. They are innocent and vulnerable to various forms of abuses, trafficking, maltreatment, victimization, among many other ill treatments. Despite adoption of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child by world leaders, data from the World Health Organization shows that about 3 in 4 children from 2 to 4 years regularly suffer physical punishment or psychological violence in the hands of parents and caregivers globally. The National Board for Technical Education, NTBE, and other stakeholders are strategizing towards changing the narrative through this engagement.
We are trying to bring in experts to now check on the ND content, review it, modify, add, and improve the content in such a manner that it aligns with the area that we have unbundled at HND.
In this curriculum, we are going to see child rights at the national diploma level, 1 course at the national diploma level, and 2 courses at the high national diploma level.
The introduction of the child rights reporting and advocacy as a course in the national diploma curriculum, participants believe is apt.
We are very conscious of how to project children or underaged, individuals in our news or in our programs.
The future of the nation, and their rights need to be protected.
As stakeholders here spend the coming days developing a curriculum that has the interest of children, it is expected that every child will feel the impact of the result. That's it from Lagos. Nationwide will continue with Obehi in Benin after this break.
welcome to Benin. The Edo State chapter of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, in collaboration with the Nigerian Election Debates Group, is set to conduct a governorship debate for the September 21 gubernatorial election, come 15th of September. The debate committee revealed this at the NUJ Secretariat in Benin City. Rosemary Omani reports.
The committee ruled out the modalities to be followed in conducting the governorship debates. These include giving equal opportunity to the 4 out of the 17 candidates invited, and no rating of any candidate during the exercise. They are calling on the candidates to use the opportunity to tell the people what they have in stock for them if they eventually emerge winners.
A candidate who comes here means that he has the populace at heart for the debates. If you don't have the populace at heart, you will say, I'm not going. Yet, those are the same people who want to vote for you.
I hope that the venue will be colorful on that day. And apart from that, we have also made arrangements with the Commissioner of Police and the Department of State Service, DSS. They are met with the ground that day to ensure that we have adequate security during and after the debate. We have also mobilized our colleagues in the print media to also join us.
The representative of the national chairman, NUJ, Dr. Abimbola Oyetunde, commended the Edo chapter of the NUJ for the bold step.
This is the first time this type of debate will come up in NUJ, in any of the councils in the Federation. It has never been done, and that is
the Zonal Director, NTA Benin Network Center, Phil Obano, is a member of the committee. The committee assured nomination of adequate security throughout the exercise. In Benin, Rosemary Omani, NTA News.
And now to power generation. To address the issue of arbitrary and estimated electricity billing in Ondo State, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has introduced subsidized prepaid meters for residents. The governor emphasized that the mass metering project is aimed at ensuring consumers only pay for the energy they use. Paul Omokago reports.
Electricity generation, supply and distribution remain critical priorities for both the federal and state governments. However, the challenge of meter accessibility for consumers has prompted the Ondo State government to step in and support the federal government's metering efforts. With a metering gap of 58% according to statistics from power distribution companies, the governor noted that this initiative will curb energy theft and reduce excessive billing.
Accurate metering is not just a technical necessity, but a fundamental right for all consumers. Our goal is to eliminate the uncertainties, seeming opacity, and discrepancies that have previously plagued the billing process.
If we get this sorted, that may be the first step in the journey for energy access to more people in our state and in our country.
Ondo State is currently partnering with various investors to advance its power generation and distribution efforts. In Akure, Paul Omukago, NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. Nationwide continues with Nolene in Abuja.
Very well, Obehi. Thank you very much. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated His Royal Highness Esunupe Alhaji Yahaya Abubakar on his 72nd birthday, which coincides with the monarch's 21st anniversary on the throne. The president recognizes the strong and purposeful leadership of the Esunupe as chairman of the Niger State Council of Traditional Rulers and his contributions to the traditional leadership institution and community development. He commends the first-class traditional ruler for supporting education, development initiatives and facilitating healthcare projects in Nupe Kingdom. In a statement by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the President notes the Esunupe's steadfastness in promoting interfaith harmony and understanding among different religious groups since he's assumed his ancestors' throne for more than 2 decades ago, and urges the highly regarded monarch of the Nukbe Kingdom to continue to foster national unity and development. Elsewhere, plans are underway by the Akwa Ibom state government to support 100,000 youths drawn from the 31 local government areas of the state through different empowerment schemes. The gesture is to appreciate the youth for heeding the call to withdraw from the recent nationwide End Bad Governance protests. Kelvin Samuel reports.
Gathered here are youth drawn from the 31 local government areas of the state who heeded the call of Governor Mo Eno during the nationwide End Bad Governance protest. This rally is a fulfillment of the promise made by the governor to the youth during the protest, where he promised to appreciate them should they withdraw from the protest.
We believe that if you have a skill, you will always have something to eat. For our students, we have increased, starting this academic session, bursary from 10,000 to 20,000 for all undergraduates, and from 10,000 to 30,000 for professionals, students reading medicine, law, engineering, agriculture, and all postgraduate students.
The empowerment initiative includes disbursement of 50,000 to 60,000 youths, provision of tools to 10,000 entrepreneurs, sponsorship of 1,000 youth for training at the Dakada Skill Acquisition Center, among others. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
Susan O'Malley continues with the news presentation from our Makudi studio. It's your uptime, Susan.
Nolin, it's good to have you join us in Makudi. 6 judges have been sworn in as High Court and Customary Court of Appeal judges in Benue State. Governor Hyacinth Alia, at the swearing-in ceremony, urged them to be impartial and uphold the principles of fairness, equity, and diligence in their duties. Elias Itiav has more.
Accept and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
4 of the judges are for the High Courts, while 2 of them are for the Customary Courts of Appeal. Governor Hyacinth Alia, while commending them for their exceptional qualities that have earned them the elevation, expressed confidence that their upliftment will add value to the judicial system in the state. While describing the judiciary as a critical component of government and the society in general, the governor admonished them to always bear true allegiance to Nigeria as contained in their oaths of administration. He assured the people of the state of his commitment to strengthening the judiciary as a pillar of democracy and justice.
Justices, I call on you to be impartial arbiters, defenders of justice and protectors of the Constitution. You must dispense justice without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Justice Vincent Kaur, on behalf of the judges, acknowledged the challenges that come with the responsibility, but assured the governor of their resolve to serve in their capacities. The swearing-in of the 6 judges follows the accreditation and recommendation by the National Judicial Council of Nigeria. In Makudi, Elias Itiaf, NTA News.
The National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, has unfolded new operational code and urged water transporters, maritime workers, and people who are engaged in water-related activities to adhere strictly with the guidelines. This was at a sensitization program organized by NIWA at the new garage, Wadata, in Makudi, the Benue State capital. Charles Abba reports.
This is the famous River Benue, one of the major rivers in Nigeria and waterways in Benue State. In this river, many have died due to boat mishaps and other water-related activities. It is to mitigate these incidences that the National Inland Waterways Authority is out to sensitize the people.
All our passengers, when they are on boats, they should make sure they wear the life jackets. Once you are with that life jacket, it will help you to float.
He disclosed that a new operational waterways guiding code has been enacted by the federal government, criminalizing night sailing and restraining boat faring to between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. State Marine Officer SP Obasi Ologu, Divisional Police Officer A Division SP Joy Benjamin, and Federal Mines Officer Archie Gregory threw more light on the matter.
Safety is a conventional issue. It covers every sector of the maritime operation.
House of Representative Committee Chairman on NIWA, Ojema Ojotu, represented by his media aide Olikita Ekani, expressed commitment to reposition the sector. Sarikin New Power, the Ochagatu of Makudi, both represented, and others lauded the authority for the initiative. The authority emphasized training of boat operators for the trade and handed a copy of the code to the maritime workers. NIWA also advised parents and traditional rulers to restrict children from swimming in the river in order to reduce incidences of drowning. In Makudi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
And that does it from Makudi. Nationwide continues in Port Harcourt after this timeout.
Thank you for staying with us. We shall discontinue the news at this point, for we shall be joining Sokoto State for live distribution of rice and commissioning of a government house. Thank you for watching. I am Nolene Ebelame.